Hey everyone, and welcome back to this class. This lecture is intended to help you succeed in this course and to provide a useful set of guidelines in order to optimize your learning experience. I've come up with these guidelines over years of teaching and have found that students who follow these guidelines tend to succeed, whereas for the students who have the most trouble, it's usually because they are not following these guidelines. If you've seen this lecture before, please feel free to skip it. Also note that this is the summarized version of this lecture. For the long version, please check the appendix. Guideline number 1. Make generous use of the Q&A. Typically, you'll be answered within a few hours, maybe even a few minutes if I happen to be on the site and I get a notification. Remember that I want you to succeed. There is no excuse for being confused, because anything you're confused about can easily be clarified on the Q&A. Sometimes I might ask you to do some investigation on your own, but this is only because I am confident in your ability to connect the dots and determine how this helps you arrive at the correct answer. This type of thing leads to the strongest insights, and it's something you won't forget, which is what would happen if I just told you the answer and you didn't have to work for it. Guideline number 2. Make sure you meet the prerequisites to this course. These are listed in the course description, which is free to view before signing up for any course on this site, so hopefully you've identified them. If you don't meet the prerequisites, then a lot of the concepts in this course are just not going to make any sense. While we do have some review, there has to be a limit. We can't do a review of the review, and then if someone else asks, a review of the review of the review, and so on. You can see how this just gets out of hand really quickly, and then becomes irrelevant for a lot of students. If you need a review of the review, there's probably a lot for you to catch up on anyway. So if you need extra resources, please note that I've already provided them in many places. Just ask using the Q&A. Guideline number 3. Implement everything we learn. The coding lectures are designed to help those who prefer that approach. However, that may not be the right approach for you. I've recommended several possible approaches in the lecture called How to Code by Yourself, which you can find in the appendix. Implementation is the real test of whether or not you understand this material, and it is also what makes up the practice activities for this course.